Today I'm working on the bus. It wouldn't start yesterday for the athletic team, the soccer team. The girls needed to go to Credo to play, and yeah, the bus wouldn't start. These batteries aren't that old, and yet they keep giving us grief. Every time the bus sits for more than a couple of weeks, it won't start. So I don't know if there's a parasitic drain on here. I don't know if the charging system isn't quite putting out what it needs to. So I'm starting to explore that. I've had to take the door right off because the bus is so close to the fence that I actually can't open it, and I need to open the door in order to slide the battery tray out. So I'm just in the process of getting that out now.
Buckle up for safety as I give you a day in the life of facilities maintenance.
One way you can tell how old your battery is, or at least when it was installed, is by this sticker that's on the battery. It has, you see here, it says 19, 20, 21, 22. Here are the months. So when the batteries were installed, the person who installed them should have removed the sticker to indicate the year and the month. We don't know what it is. However, what we do know, the oldest it could possibly be is 2019, meaning the oldest the battery could be, potentially 4 years. It might not be that old. I've heard rumor that they're only a year or two old. I don't know because I didn't replace them. But I'm going to put a meter on them and see where we're at for a voltage reading on these. Something that I'm seeing here that I'm finding interesting, and I don't know enough about the bus yet to know why it's that way, but I would have expected to find these two 12-volt batteries wired in parallel, meaning that the positive contact from one battery is going to connect to the positive on the other, and the negative on one will connect to the negative on the other, and that will increase our amperage but maintain our voltage. We'd still be at 12 volts. They're not in series either. What they are separate leads, a positive lead and a negative lead going to this battery, and a positive lead from this one, and a negative lead as well. However, if you look at them, what I am noticing is this one is massive. So this, I'm going to assume, is our starting battery, and this might be for accessories. So it's interesting that the systems are potentially split. What I am wondering though is that they say it can run on 2 batteries. It does have the capacity in the tray for 3 batteries. And I'm wondering if, would it not be better if we had 2 batteries looking after the starting end of things and 1 battery looking after the accessories. I'm going to talk to our resident mechanical expert, our shop teacher Rod, and find out what he knows, what he thinks about this. But before I do that, what I can tell you is that this battery is currently sitting at 11.88 volts. Now let me check the other one. Yeah, and our main battery is sitting at 9.3 basically, so that's really low. It's no wonder that John was unable to start the bus yesterday. Okay, so I got this sitting on the charger now, and we'll give that about an hour or so and see where that gets us. Okay, we're sitting right at the point where I might be able to start this thing now. Let's give it a go. Okay, so there is nothing wrong with our charging system. That is what I'm reading at the battery when the vehicle is running. So that's good. So I'm just going to let it run for a while to build up a charge. But I'll show you what I've picked up. It's a battery maintainer. You hardwire it to the battery and you plug it in if your vehicle is going to be sitting for a while, as this one often does over, spring break and over the summertime and Christmas break, which every time we do that we come back to a dead vehicle. So I need to figure out a way to mount this. These connect directly to your battery terminals, but I don't want to put the whole thing down in the battery bay. because then we could be plugged in and someone's going to jump in and drive away with it plugged in. They'll forget about it. So I need the actual unit itself to be in the cab in an obvious place. And to plug it in, I want the cord to run right out the door so that when an operator gets in, they'll see that it's plugged in and they'll know that they need to unplug it before they can drive away. That's probably the safest way to do it. So now I need to search for the best place to go through the wall or the floor up here and come through out here somewhere, either in the bay itself or maybe just underneath. So when I get it figured out, I'll let you know. Yeah, I've gone through the floor with a small bit, basically as a pilot hole. Now I'm going to go underneath and see if that will interfere with anything. Okay, that's perfect, because I'm going there, straight into here. So that is an ideal location. It's almost like I planned it that way. I'm going to mount this battery maintainer right on the back of the driver's seat, so it's really obvious. But in order to do that, I need to extend the wires. I'm not going to do anything with this end at this point in time because I'm inserting a piece to lengthen this. I need to solder this and shrink wrap it, but I don't want to do this under the bus. I'll do this like right in behind the back seat. But I need to extend the lead portion to reach the battery terminals, and so I've got a couple of wires here. Hopefully, I just estimated some length. Hopefully that's enough. Okay, finished soldering two of the leads, and I'm just shrink wrapping these right now. Heat shrink, not shrink wrap. That's Costco. That just ensures that they're well insulated. So I've got my wire, my leads that are going to the battery terminals, which they're in this box here, coming out from the back of the box, and I'm just fishing them up through the hole that I drilled in the floor, right there. And it looks like that length is going to work out perfectly, because I'll show you what I've got. This red terminal will be going to here, but for now I've just hooked it onto here so I can pull it tight, and I know I will have enough slack in the line to be able to pull the battery tray out and not bind. And then inside, this little guy is going to mount right there, so I could not have been any more exact. Yep, meant for it to happen that way. Well, now it's time to solder this end, and it's always tricky to get the wires to stay together. I guess I should probably have some alligator clips or something, but I managed to get them to wrap together so they won't move, which will allow me to solder them. Okay, there it is, the finished installation. Mounted at the back of the seat, running down through the floor with the plug-in right there. And the reason I put that plug-in right there is because I want anybody who operates this bus to basically have to trip over the cord that will be coming out the door to plug it into our outlet on the side of the building here. I had to make it obvious so that nobody would accidentally drive away with it plugged in. Anyways, yeah, that should do the trick. So whenever we park the bus for an extended period of time, and in this case 2 weeks apparently is extended, we need to plug it in to keep the batteries charged up. Hey, does that make this an electric vehicle? Yeah, it's plugged in. That definitely makes it an electric vehicle.